I start my first paragraph, we need to understand firstly what is the climate change and how we protect our environment. And in the 21st century, most states are facing non-traditional security challenges such as water insecurity, terrorism, and cyber crimes. However, in the recent times, the climate change emerged as a potential challenge that we have witnessed around the world. Huge floods, frequent fires erupting in many parts of the world, such as the forest fires in the California and the other places, and the breaking away of the Antarctic ice sheet, the size in the ice sheet, the size of Greenland due to ocean warming, and most recent in Islamabad, where unprecedented hailstorm around that we witnessed a few days ago in Islamabad. That's all because of climate change. So every year, many international institutions such as the World Economic Forum, UN Climate Change, and the World Meteorological Organization warn by publishing reports based on data that indicates rising temperatures, heat waves, and increasing global greenhouse gas emissions. So these organizations warn us every years that the day by day the temperature is rising. So in the later part we will discuss why these things are we are facing climate change issues and how we resolve in the context of Hazrat Sultan Bahu poetry or in his teaching. So there is also I want to discuss with you the global organizations and the global leaders also take initiatives to resolve this issue. Like in 2015, the Paris Climate Accord, a legal binding international treaty, was signed to mitigate emission reductions, aiming for net zero greenhouse gas emission. However, last year, COP29 held in Azerbaijan did not yield sufficient results. The question raised, why do these ecological disaster happens? Why should we do protect the environment? And there are many reasons, technical reasons that we often learn from sources about environmental degradations, but we should also highlight the less popular aspect, human selfishness. हम बहुत सुनते हैं जिस तरह इसके अंदर मैंने कोशिश की है कि इसमें जो सवाल उठाए जाएं कि ये जो डिज़ास्टर हैं ये क्यों क्या इनकी वजूहात होती हैं. ठीक है, हमें बहुत सी रीज़न्स हमें सुनने को मिलती हैं, जो टेक्निकल रीज़न हम अक्सर अपने डिफरेंट रिसोर्सेज हमें पता चलती रहती हैं, लेकिन इसकी जो सबसे लेस पॉपुलर जो रीज़न है वो है जो ज़्यादा डिस्कस नहीं होती, वो है ह्यूमन सेल्फिशनेस, जो इंसान की अपनी खुदगर्जी है. अगर हम इसको मज़ीद अगर हम इसको समझने की कोशिश करें तो इन करंट एरा व्हेन वी एनालाइजिंग द इवेंट्स सच एज द geopolitical tensions, war in the Middle East and Ukraine, and recent escalation in economic warfare, the world seems to becoming increasingly unstable and unpredictable. Many international scholars believe that the multipolar world is gaining momentum, forcing an arms race across the world, including nuclear proliferation and further fueling economic warfare. तो अगर हम अपने इस मौजूदा दौर को अगर हम देखते हैं तो हमें पता चलता है कि बहुत सारे इश्यूज़ हैं जो इस वक्त दुनिया को फेस हैं, जिसमें आपने जो मिडल ईस्ट का जो क्राइसिस है, जो इस वक्त गज़ा का जो जेनोसाइड है, इसके अलावा आप देखें यूक्रेन वॉर है, तो इससे हमें एक अंदाज़ा ये होता है कि दुनिया जो है वो इस वक्त उसकी कोई प्रेडिक्शन नहीं कर सकता कि ये किस सिम्प में जा रही है. ठीक है, इतनी जो एक इकोनॉमिक वारफेयर चल रहा है, तो ये सारी वजह अगर हम देखें तो इसके पीछे हमें क्या नज़र आती है, जो ह्यूमन सेल्फिशनेस है. और इसके अलावा अगर इसमें मज़ीद गौर करें तो द रिलेंटलेस परसुएट ऑफ प्रॉफिट फ्यूल्ड बाय द ह्यूमन ग्रीड एंड ईगो perpetuate environmental degradations and militaristic escalations. The consumer impulse, driven by a desire for superiority, blinds individual and corporation alike to external costs of their actions. Considering artificial intelligence, while its potential is transformative, its massive energy consumption underscore a paradox where progress exacts unsustainable costs. As Dr. Amartya Sen notes, development requires the removal of major source of unfreedom, economic warfare rooted in selfish ambitions instead entrenches these unfreedom, threatening the very foundation of human well-being. So if we find the answer to what should we do to protect the environment, we need to understand the spiritual ecology. ठीक है, हमें ज़रूरत है कि हम जो रूहानी माहौलियात है उसको समझने की और उसको सीखने की, ताकि हम उसके ज़रिए इस जो इतना बड़ा डिज़ास्टर इस वक्त हम दुनिया में फेस कर रहे हैं, हम इसको कंट्रोल कर सकें. A spiritually exalted and clean person inherently fosters a clean environment, a principally deeply rooted in the teaching of Hazrat Sultan Bahu. His writing, poetry, imbued with the idea that spiritual elevation around acquired through inner purity can help to use to forge a harmonious bond with the outer natural world. As Hazrat Sultan Bahu say, Alif Allah chambe di booty, मेरे मन विच मुर्शिद लाई हो, नफी असबात दा पानी मिलया हर रगे हर जाई हो, अंदर बूटी मुश्क मचाया जाम फुलन ते आई हो, जीवे मुर्शिद कामिल बाहू जे ए बूटी लाई हो. My spiritual master inscribed divine name of Allah Almighty that we call Isam al-Azad in my heart like a jasmine plant. Remembrance filled with the breathing, the oxygen breathed in the spreads in every vein with oxygens in the blood, and it reaches everywhere. It removes all the form of satanic influence and darkness and leaves the soul clean. When Isam al-Azad influenced the body and each hair on the body engage in zikr and calmness and contentment, sets in same as when a rosebud opens and in scattered fragrance. My master live forever who has planted name of Allah in my heart. Thus Hazrat Sultan Bahu has very beautiful depict that the harmonious and calm soul is fragrant within and its fragrance transpires beyond his existence, and the tantalizing the aroma scents the whole environment. According to the John Seed, one of the pioneer in the field of spiritual ecology, our spiritual orientations influence how we relate to the environment. When we recognize the sacredness of life, we naturally act in a way that protect and honor the earth. This highlights that the spiritual elevation involves a profound awareness and respect of nature, which inherently motivates individuals to maintain environmental cleanliness and care. As Hazrat Sultan Bahu says that, "ए तन रब सच्चे दा हुजरा, ए तन रब सच्चे दा हुजरा, दिल खिड़िया बाग बहारा हूँ, विच्चे कूजे, विच्चे मुसल्ले, विच्चे सजदे दियाँ तारा हूँ, विच्चे काबा, विच्चे किबला, विच्चे इल्लल्लाह पुकारा हूँ, कामिल मुर्शिद मिले बाहू, ओही लैसी सारा हूँ." So he said, my being is house of Allah, and when it manifests, it blooms like the spring gardens. It has source of cleanliness, which is contemplation of actual name of Almighty and manifestation of divine essence where I prostrate. There is a Kaaba, house of God, and the direction of Kaaba as well as zikr of Allah, there is nothing beside Allah. Such like there is no dualism, only oneness. Ever since I have accessed perfect spiritual mentor, I have not concerned so much about it because he will take off all my relevant concerns. Thus, Hazrat Sultan Bahu has depicted the correlation between blooming heart and the external phenomena of nature, which is very delicate but vital. A heart will be protected and bloom when the spiritual mentor will take care of it, because only he can discover the world of wonders hidden in the similarly outer natural environment needs care and protection, and that can be performed by those only who have experienced this cleanness within their hearts and soul. His metaphors and symbols in his poetry offers a great connection and importance of nature. His famous baat, Dil Darya Samandro Dunge te Kon Dilan Diyan Jane Hu, ਵਿੱਚੇ ਹੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵਿੱਚੇ ਹੀ ਬੇੜੇ ਵਿੱਚੇ ਹੀ ਵੰਜ ਮੁਹਾਣੇ ਹੂੰ 14 ਤਬਕ ਦਿਲੇ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ 14 ਤਬਕ ਦਿਲੇ ਦੇ ਅੰਦਰ ਤੰਬੂ ਵਾਂਗਨ ਤਾਣੇ ਹੂੰ ਜੋ ਦਿਲ ਦਾ ਮਹਿਰਮ ਹੋਵੇ ਜਾਂ ਹਜ਼ਰਤ ਬਾਹੂ ਸੋਹੀ ਰੱਬ ਪਛਾਣੇ ਹੂੰ hearts are deeper than the river and ocean. Who would know regarding their depths? Like ocean, hearts contain universe, such as 14 realms, 7 earths, and 7 heavens are within the heart, stretched in a corner of the heart like tent. The one who has familiarity with his heart will be able to recognize his sustainer. This recognition call for a spiritual rooted each of environmental care, grounded in understanding that the pure spiritual elevated individual naturally aspire to maintain pure and thriving natural world. As Maulana Rumi say, a human is like a tree. A human is like a tree with roots as a testimony of faithfulness. Thus the roots should be nurtured with profound effort. And in the last, I conclude that the argument above we have hopefully show that the solution of environmental protection that are well embedded in human nature that only need to bring on the front spiritual awakening and the insight into the cleansing of soul can show the dark side of the mankind immersed in the bog of greed and selfishness. And in the end, I would like to quote of Maulana Rumi. Maulana Rumi says that Dari khak, dari khak, dari khak, dari mizare pak, har cheez mahar, har cheez ishq, digar tukham nakrem. He says in English, in this earth, in this pure form, let it sow nothing but the seeds of kindness and love. Thank you so much.